So I don't know why he's not wearing a shirt. But he looks a little bit like James Harden without a shirt on with his beard. Oh, he's got a gun. Oh my.
This is America. This is America.
Oh.
Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm
Wait.
This is
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Don't catch you slipping now.
Oh, wait, I did not expect that.
Look what I'm whipping now. This is
Is
America.
that a saying on gun violence?
Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now.
I like doing all the iconic dance moves, but like in a sort of messed up way, like freaky way.
So I kind of like know what it's about, but like I don't know what exactly everything's about.
I don't know. Childish Gambino, he's alright. Like in terms of lyrics, it's got an interesting flow. This is a very strange song though, because it's changing so dramatically. Now we got the choir people, and they just got blown away. Oh my!
Black people are singing this also. So, don't you think it's? I don't know. I feel like how society just views black people as like a source of entertainment rather than like people, because he shoots them after, right?
Oh my god.
Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now.
I'm scared of that guy now. I feel like, oh my god!
This is America. Don't catch you slipping.
What the?
Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. I'm so fitted.
Wait, does someone
I'm
just?
on Gucci.
Yeah.
Wait. Shoot.
Catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. Look how I'm kicking now. I'm
Yeah.
Usually this is pretty good though. And there's like a homie on a horse. I don't know what's up with that. There's someone on a horse.
It's a white horse. That's kind of weird.
I'm not sure what the right now what the intent of like having these like hoopty cars is though. Like these like strange like 84 hatchbacks and stuff. That's kind of unique for this genre.
Oh my god. It was like so scary. He's like running, but it looks really scary. Wait, it looks like he's running at me.
Oh my god, look at his eyes. It's like he's being chased or something at the end. Oh, damn, that was like, I'm glad I didn't see it before because that was insane. That was just insane. A little too sensational for me. Did you see my reaction? I'm like, oh! Oh my god. Yeah, it's a little too real. Especially in light of some of the shootings like at the schools and stuff like that, right? And all I could think about when I saw the kids in the uniforms dancing that were obviously school kids, that he was going to turn around and shoot the kid. So I was like, I felt my whole body like tensing up, like, oh my god.
I saw them take the gun. I was initially thinking he was like wiping prints off it. So that it might just be we're just trying to hide the crime or not paying attention to crime. We're gonna do those things. I guess if anything, the bag over the head is like sort of like the anonymity of loss. That we don't care. It's just another black male, perhaps.
The fact that a kid was the one that like touched a gun also like shows how like at a young age we like normalize guns and value them, you know?
If this is what America is, then that's kind of sad.
It can be shocking. Like, I can see why it's like so controversial. Like, it has like many themes going on. Like, there's gun violence, definitely. There are those two major scenes of gun violence. And then it has something to do with racism too, I guess, because like it's mostly they're just like African Americans in the whole video.
I think it's a say on gun violence, right? And probably on like oppression of kind of like the poor, or like racism also in America. But I feel like during the video they kept on like doing like iconic dance moves like the shoot or whatever, but then they had this really like delusional way of doing it. So like, I don't know, maybe that's like a saying on like how like everything it seems like it's all fun, and like it's like America's portrayed as like this place that's like super fun. You have like, you know, you have dance and you have freedom to do whatever, but like behind that like there's like the shooting, and like in the end he's like running, so maybe he's like trying to run away from like, I don't know, like all the like oppression, or like the, I don't know, just like very, I don't know how to say it, but basically it's like kind of like a really like twisted kind of world that he's living in.
The message is that America is particularly violent against people of color, right? Particularly, and like, I mean, there weren't even police, but he was saying either the people of color are violent to each other, or they experience a lot of violence from police, from society in general.
Like, there's a guy in who was like playing the guitar, and then at first he died, and then he comes back, and he's always like wearing like a white cloth over his head, and like I've heard that, like I know that there's like a lot of different parts of the video where it's supposed to be like hidden messages, so I guess maybe that could be like black oppression, and that's kind of, I feel like that's a major point throughout the video, and yeah, and like his facial expressions are like, they're pretty strange, but I guess it's like, I don't know why they're like emphasized, but I feel like there's something behind there too.
Well, clearly, I think you need to watch the whole video before like making judgments in the first couple seconds, because he just blows some fools away. So you know, it seems like there's a larger concept of you know, either being black in America, or some of the expectations that people have, or whatever the case may be. Maybe looking at various ways in which black culture is portrayed. Yeah, I mean, again, so many different things are kind of hit upon, and they like to do that same style where it's like one long take. I think there actually probably are a few takes in there, but it's like we're just following him the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
I know Childish Gambino is a pretty interesting guy, because he's in all sorts of different entertainment.
At such a young age, they put in so much violence to the point where it's like they're used to it. It's nothing new. Like, whereas we're like super sheltered, so if we see like violence, we're like, oh my gosh, it's a gun, right? But for them, it's just like almost like it's normal. It kind of shows, I guess, how like unhealthy and like the neighborhoods in which they grow up, and how dangerous it is. And like it's sort of like, I guess, saying like, you know, that's no place for a kid to grow up, but like obviously you see them still dancing, so they're not like bothered by it just because they're so used to it.
Like, it's kind of fake, and then it provides like a fake, like the children, they're putting on like a fake expression, and then they're just like dancing, but like that's not what actually happens. Yeah.
Like the way he dances at the starting, it's like over exaggerated, sort of.
I mean, like, all this video really does is like spark conversations between people, right? At this day and age, like, from social media, artists can like spread messages and influence a lot of other people. So by spreading something that's actually like, you know, that can make a difference, and isn't something as superficial, I feel like that's actually something that a lot of artists should like look to, you know, try.
I think it's pretty great that the artist is using his music video to spread such a powerful message, because the music video like captures multiple elements of it. It's able to show how like things are going on in the background and we don't really understand. We aren't really connected to those things. We're so disconnected. Like, that's the power of, like, you know, a picture shows like speaks 1,000 words. So that's something that's done pretty well with this video.
It seems like it's socially conscious rap, and I guess that's been around since really the 1980s, and I'm in touch with that. That's pretty cool. Your music can't just be a moneymaker. I mean, you gotta keep in mind, making money off music's not a bad thing, but people have been using music for social purposes for forever.
Seems like a lot of times legislators, they listen more if a lot of people are in on it. So if you release something really controversial and a lot of people like see the artwork and then a lot of people have like discussions on it, it's more likely to get the attention of politicians and they're more likely to like act on it. Whereas like people can be like campaigning for a long time or protest like oh yeah, you know, like help the minorities or whatever, but the legislators will be like, oh, this has been happening for like so long, like what difference does this make? But when you have like a very shocking video come out and you have like the whole country talking about that, then like it's more likely to like instigate change.
A lot of the kids have, but I wouldn't necessarily want to watch it. But I understand what they're trying to do, and the message that they're trying to get across to people, you know, is that we really need to think about how we administer justice in this country.
Yeah, I recommend people watch this video and also just try to understand the different parts of it, so that it's not just something that they can, you know, not just something that they watch because other people are watching it, but it's something that they watch because of the message of the video. Yeah.
Really sensitive, don't watch it because it's really shocking, and like all the gun violence in this was pretty shocking the first time I watched it, and like it's a lot to take in if you're like a pretty sensitive person. So like yeah, be warned before you watch it. I
like the fact that it feels different. You know, it's not just the jump cut every, you know, half second to a different, you know, shot of a model, same model you saw in the previous video. It's something different. It definitely feels more of an art piece. This was thought out, it's a process, the long cut. I mean, this feels like something very interesting.
People are mature enough to understand, because I know if my brother watched it, he'd just feel like, why is there a random guy like dancing and shooting people? But like if people like do understand like our society and do understand like the problems in our society, they should watch it.
I think there's going to be people that embrace it and there's people that don't. I mean, there's going to be people that want to dive deeper into it. They're fans of Childish Gambino or fans of the genre or relate to this in some sense, and they're going to find the deeper meaning. And there's going to be people that just find it off-putting, or they're going to say, oh, this is so random, like what's going on. I think that to an extent
his reputation is like, hey, like, you know, or I don't know what the song's called, like This is America or something like. They're like, oh look, it's like land of the free, land of opportunities, land where like, you know, you can have fun, blah blah blah. But then back story is like there's just so much like dirty like bad events still happening. That's like not the image that America presents itself as, but just like problems that are innate in society that we should like probably solve.